Hey, what's up everybody? This is Superk501 and today I want to go over a bunch of new data mined information we have for Battlefield 2042. And again, this is all going to be coming from Temporeal on Twitter. And if you want to check him out, his links will be in the description and the pinned comment. Now the first bit of information is going over some amphibious vehicles and boats. Now something to mention, there are not a lot of water-based vehicles in 2042 at launch. And the developers did talk about this in a previous interview, and they essentially said that there was not a focus on it for launch, but that there could very well be more added throughout the live service version of the game. So there's a possibility that there just comes out an update that's much more focused on the sea and sea combat, which would be really cool, especially since it's a modern and slightly futuristic setting. So there could be a ton of cool vehicles and weaponry to use out in the open sea. So there are two amphibious vehicles in the files. The first is the Christie 6183, which is the hovercraft that was shown in the reveal trailer. And then there is the FNS Zaya MAV, which is essentially an amphibious troop carrier tank that seems decently heavy armored and has a remote weapon on the top. Personal watercrafts and rigid hold inflatable boats are also present, but I wasn't able to find any attack boat references. So as shown, it would be something like a rib with probably like a 50 cal machine gun or something on the front, and then something like jet skis or something similar to that that's for 1 to 2 people. And that's pretty much all the information for everything but the hovercraft, because there are some options for the customization for that. So for the driver, they have a detection jammer, smoke discharger, thermal smoke, and system repair. For the gunner, you have 40mm grenades, guided missiles, and a minigun. And then for additional weapons, you have a left port gun and a right port gun, which would most likely just be machine guns for infantry or very lightly armored vehicles, something like Humvees. And it did look like from the reveal trailer and some of the footage that the hovercraft seemed to be able to move pretty quickly, so this will most likely be a much faster moving, lightly armored vehicle with some potential to take out heavier armored tanks if you hit and move and don't try to fight them head on. And next up, we have some information on the game modes for the different portions of the game. So I'm talking about All-Out Warfare, Portal, and then Hazard Zone. Below you can find a list of supported game modes in Battlefield 2042 based on the Orbital playtest map. So this is only the Orbital map, which is what the playtest that was run on, that is where all of the leaked videos that are constantly being uploaded on YouTube are from. The Portal mod builder entry allows you to create various Team 1 versus Team 2 or free-for-all setups, and they may cover different map sizes or playable areas, and that's just speculation on if you're able to change the map sizes or playable areas in the Portal section of Battlefield. So for All-Out Warfare, you have Conquest on standard or small, and I'm assuming standard is just 128 players, full map size, so the full thing is what is being considered standard. You have Breakthrough, standard, and small. Then for Portal, you have Rush, which is pretty exciting that Rush is going to be a game mode in Portal as well. I could definitely see some people trying to set up Rush in a way so it kind of feels like Bad Company 1 or 2, which is where most people think was the best Rush variant. Then you have a mod builder set 1, 2, and 3, and all of them are labeled as TDM and free-for-all. So I think that goes with the speculation that there's a possibility that you can, in the Portal mode, select sections of a map to play in instead of the entirety of the maps. Then for Hazard Zone, there's also standard and small, and that's pretty interesting that they're having standard mode on Hazard Zone, which would just be the full map. And I'm wondering if there's going to be different queues for different sizes of, say, Hazard Zone matches, or if maybe it'll like cut the map down and the player account down if you can't get enough people or something along those lines. And then some additional speculation with this. Small variants are for last gen consoles, which does make sense. There will most likely be small variants for pretty much everything for the last gen consoles, as those will only be up to 64 players total instead of 128 on PCs and the current gen consoles. And then the mod builder sets are for different playable areas like mentioned, so small, medium, large. So it would take a section of the map if it was small, a little bit bigger of a section, then large would just be the full map. And the main thing I do find interesting here is the Hazard Zone information then if there's going to be separate queues or separate mission types that either play on a section of a map or play on the entirety of the map with more players, Hazard Zone is really just the most intriguing part of Battlefield 2042 for me right now, just because there's so many unknowns and everything we do know seems very intriguing. And next up we have another vehicle, and there's a new vehicle reference in Battlefield 2042, the Panhard Crab. As far as I know, this 4x4 armored combat vehicle can't be spotted in trailers or screenshots, and there is no model or customization info available, but then the beta may provide additional details for this vehicle. And this vehicle in real life is just an armored 4x4, going to be able to go much faster than normal tanks with different mounted weapons on top. And I would fully expect you to be able to have a bunch of different options for the mounted weapons on top, like shown in the pictures, probably missile launchers, 50 caliber machine guns, maybe automatic cannons. And it seems like this vehicle would be a more lightly armored, much faster vehicle that still has the potential to take on more heavily armored vehicles if you can use their speed and maneuverability correctly. And then next up, we have some really interesting information on the different ammo types in Battlefield. Here are some types of ammunition for primary and secondary weapons in Battlefield. Looks like we'll be getting interesting options like a Chris Vector with subsonic ammo or M44 with explosive rounds. And subsonic ammo, if you don't know, is ammo that moves much slower so it doesn't break the sound barrier, so it's much more silent, and it's pretty much always used with a silencer to make the weapon overall much more silent. So you have light, medium, and heavy ammo that all have extended mags and drum mag support. So I'm assuming those are just the base ammos, and then all of the extra different ammos are a different customization option on top of it. So you have subsonic ammo, incendiary ammo, explosive ammo, armor piercing ammo, and then ranged ammo, which I'm not certain on what that would be. I'm assuming it's just some more specialized, more accurate ammunition, maybe ammo more made for DMRs or sniper rifles. Then we have buckshot, short buckshot, medium buckshot, and long buckshot. I'm assuming in game these will just allow you to hit further and further with your buckshot, but the more long range it is, the less maximum damage it could do if something was very close to you, is what I'd most likely be assuming. Then slugs, and then flechette rounds. And if you don't know what flechettes are, it's essentially similar to a buckshot round, just it has darts in it instead of BBs, and they're much more accurate and usually can do a lot more damage. And I'm very curious to see all the different ammo types customization when the game is released, because I think that's one of the most interesting parts of the weapon customization in 2042 so far. It's just very interesting on all the different choices you'll have between having the different ammos that do different damage amounts, have different ranges, to having different magazine sizes when switching between those, and then having all of these other ammo types that will do different things. So subscribe if you want to see more of Battlefield 2042 or other FPS videos. Leave a like if you liked the video, leave a comment down below what you guys think about all of this data mine information, and thanks for watching.